We often hear people talking about business as a battlefield. We often hear people talking about business as warfare. Today, we are going to be talking about all the things that make you resilient in business. And I'm very, very excited to have this conversation because it is one that we often overlook as business owners, as kingdom women, and we just think that we're going to cruise by, but we must always know that resilience is important when you are in business. My name is Khanya Buthelezi. Welcome to the Raw Podcast, a podcast that is created for kingdom women, especially the ones that are in the marketplace. And as per usual, I'm not rolling solo today. I have a very special guest, one who can speak very, very clearly today about business resilience, as she's just launched a book, which is actually going to be coming out next week, but her book launch is next week, Saturday. As she's here with me today, my dear friend, business owner, mom, wife, CEO of Women in Business here in Pietermaritzburg, and a new title to all her titles is author. Yay!
Thank you.
Welcome, friend.
Thank you so much for having me, friend.
Thank you so
I really
much for coming. Yes. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling excited. I'm over the moon, when finally the dream comes together and you're ready to launch your book, and it's just an amazing season in my life. So I'm so thankful that this is happening.
Yeah. And the wife of an author of many, many, many books. It's your 10.
My 10,
no, exactly, right?
It is, yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm very excited for you. And I've seen you going through this journey of launching the book, writing the book, talking about writing the book.
Yes.
And finally getting it done. And I think that's something that's quite important. We often talk about the things that we're going to do.
Yes, we do.
And we never
actually get to do them.
And you have done the thing that you decided that you were going to do. But when are you very good at doing that?
You think so?
Yes, no, you are.
Oh, wow.
You are.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Not because you're my friend. Tell me, how was that? How was that for you to say something and actually have to follow it through? I know obedience is something that is very important to us as kingdom women.
Definitely.
And I know it's something that is important to you.
Yes.
How was that journey for you where you said, I'm going to do this. The Lord has put it in my heart to write this book and to actually start the book and actually now get to a point where you finished the book and you're about to launch. How?
And the tickets are actually sold out. It's 10 days before the book launch, and yeah.
So no space.
If you didn't book, there's gonna be Nompilo Media is organizing for other people to stream live.
Oh.
For the people that cannot make it, so we'll be live on YouTube. We'll be live. But people have to pay for it. Hey, it's one of those things because the venue could only take 100 people. So as soon as we hit 100,
be in the room, so I'm excited.
Yeah. So obedience, as mothers, as wives, we cannot preach. We must practice what we preach.
Yes.
So I said to myself, if I've been saying to myself that I really want to write this book and I've been putting it out there just so that I become accountable.
Yes.
So I must really do it.
Yes.
And obey God because it was actually the library that kept saying to us,
I remember.
You women.
I remember. Exactly. At the masterclass.
Last year, August, Dr. Nompilo said to us, you are good at doing this.
Yes.
But where is something that's going to remain even when you are gone?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was already on the journey, but I really felt the push or the nudge saying, why don't you just put this out? Even the date for it to be in May, I wanted it to be in August, the launch. They said to us, we have budget now.
Yes.
Do your things, do them fast.
Yes.
And to a point that they've even, before my book could even be printed, it was on digital, so they could give me opportunities as well to speak on their platforms at the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture, which is a really great honor because they're saying to us as women, we see you. Because that's what he said to us. He said, you guys are good at doing your events and stuff, but you're not good at writing. We see more and more males are writing. So I think it was a way for him to actually say to us, you can do this, why don't you do that as well?
Yeah.
Because if you are talking, then you've got content, you've got things that you're talking about. So you might as well just do the book as well.
Yes.
So, and obviously I live with an inspiration at home. So
yes, I love that.
Exactly. Yeah. So my husband has done it 16 times. And
yes.
because of his experience, he was able to channel me and say, do this like that, do it like that. Not that he wrote it for me. I wish he could have written it for me, but he was just my support and my guide when I was writing the book.
But I've had insight into the book, and I think you did a pretty good job.
Thank you
honestly
so much.
I'm really excited for people to read it and to understand some of the things that we're going to be talking about today. You know, that I picked up from the book.
Okay.
But the one thing that I wanted to ask you is, did it make it possible, the fact that you've seen you are in close proximity with somebody who's written books, did that make it easier for you to think, oh, that's possible for you, or that didn't even become something that you were drawing strength from?
It made it easier because before Thulani could get a book out there in the public, I was always the first person to read it.
Yes.
And go, wow, he's able to share his experience.
Yes.
The experience that I know, because we are always together.
Yeah.
The fact that he could just turn it into something that people can learn from.
Yes.
So that's exactly what I did as well. I was like, I've been doing this business thing for the past 3 years.
Yes.
And other people are still scared to take their leap of faith. It may not be business. It could be anything else that they need to take, but they are scared.
Yeah.
So I'm saying in my book, feel the fear and do it anyway.
Yes.
So I also faced my own fears to feel the fear. What will people say about this? And do it anyway, because you've got nothing to lose at the end of the day. But if God has put something in your heart, it needs to be done. Because once you're gone, you're gone.
Yes,
you know?
that's true.
So let us use all the opportunities to actually do and be in obedience to what God is calling us to do in this season of our lives, in this generation as well. Like King David, when he lived in his generation, he glorified God.
He did. And he made an impact and he changed people's lives.
Exactly.
You know, it's good to glorify God, but after you've glorified God, and after you have done what the Lord has told you to do, you need to impact lives.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You can't always be doing everything for God just for you. You can't always be doing everything that the Lord has told you and then you're the only one
who benefits.
Because the word of God says, go and make disciples of nations.
Yes.
You know, we often say of men, which is maybe our immediate people that are around it, but of nations. And the one thing that I'm so excited for you is the fact that when you launch a product like a book, you actually are speaking to an international market.
Exactly.
So international, babe. Hey.
Thank you. I actually didn't look at it like that.
But I think so. And we can't limit ourselves and think that our experience, because we are in little South Africa, you know, in the little Maritzburg, and think that whatever experiences we've had cannot impact the global markets. So I'm very excited about what this book can do and the many other books that will come. You know, but I wanted to ask you when
many other books at the moment. I just wanted to.
Do you know when you've had a baby, you'll be holding your newborn, and they'll be like, "Oh,
exactly. I know. I have just arrived."
So now we're already asking you, when is the next one? You'll see.
Just arrived.
You will look at me at the book launch because everybody's going to be, when is the next book? Dr. Gambela himself will be asking, Nompilo, So that's very nice. So I wanted to ask Ukuthi, why the title? Okay, so you could have written many books. You could have written about many things.
Exactly.
You know, as an accountant by profession, you've been through a journey. You know, growing up in a kind of rural background, being able to do really well in school, being able to be saved as a child of God, be able to lose and win, and you were able to get awards and be able to go from that rural school and go into a university, being able to make it and graduate and go into the, you know, the corporate world. You could have written about anything. Being able to have a marriage, get married, you know, have that life that you had desired, that the Lord will, you know, give to you and bless you with. You could have written about anything.
There's another subject I actually initially thought I would write about.
Yes.
I wanted to write accounting for non people who do not know, for people that do not know finance.
What do they call it? They normally say whatever for dummies.
For dummies, yes. That's what initially.
Yes, but you thought of something like that.
Yeah, I thought of that. That was actually my first
non-accountants.
Exactly. That's what I wanted to write. Actually, that's what I discussed with my mentor, and we were like, okay, I'm going to write this, you know. But then as time went on, I was like, no, this journey is needing some resilience. You see, because it's not like people see the wins and they clap for you, but there are some stories that are not told. There's some things that happen in the background, and hence I wrote Building Business Resilience. That even after falling down 10 times, you need to pick yourself up and clean yourself up and make yourself look dolled up
and go out there
again
once more.
Again.
So tell us about that. Tell us about is that the reason why you thought Tuguti, because business is presented in a certain way, you wanted to bring people into the journey?
Yes.
Yeah. Is that?
I wanted to bring people in and just make them see that our dreams are actually valid.
I love that.
Our dreams, you know, the life I get to live now is the life I used to think of as a little girl.
Yes.
I'd like to be married. I'd like to drive a car.
Yeah.
Because when you are in Nkandla, you don't think of things happening, really possibilities coming in for you.
Yes.
But the fact that whatever you dreamt of is so possible and it's really happening. And even in business then, to be able to have a team, to be able to make things happen, you know. So that was something worth sharing. And what I love about the book is that at the end of every chapter, there's reflection at the end.
I love that.
So it's asking the reader questions that also reflect on your journey.
Yeah.
Who has been there for you? What can you do with this? So when you're reading this book, you're not only gonna just learn from my journey, but you're also gonna be able to implement certain lessons on your journey, so that you become better after reading it, you know. So you become more resilient. So when I share my stories of uncertainties, when things happened that I didn't expect to happen, and then I rose myself up and continued, you'll see.
There's many I picked up instances of resilience that you wrote about. And I think also that's what people don't understand. People don't understand the fact that you're not just, resilience is not something that is birthed only once you start the business.
Definitely. Thank you. You know, when I was writing my book, that's what Tulani actually said to me. He said to me, my love, but resilience didn't start the day you started doing business full time. It started when you were young, when your parents got divorced, when you were living in different cities, in Kandla, Selene, that was resilience. The fact that everywhere you went, you had to be that child, you know, you had to be adaptable. That was resilience. So include that in your book so that people will see that this theme has been there all your life. Because these days, Khanya, we're raising kids that we have to teach them about resilience because we don't want them to think
things
exactly
like with the things that we went through that will create and build character in the way that we had character being built in us. You know, a friend of mine said she has been through a lot in her life, and there were times when she was like, I wish my children didn't go through something like this. But she said she read somebody's book, and she said, after reading that book, I realized that it's fine for my children to go through what they're going through because that's their story.
They're being built up.
They are being built up. These instances or these events that are happening in their lives are making them. They're making the future them.
You
know, the ones that will be strong and have yes. And you need someone to a little bit of spirit is needed. And I think spirit is built, resilience is built in hard times.
Yes.
Yeah, you want to know?
Yeah.
It's not that thing, because they often talk about the refining that happens when people are in the fire.
Yeah.
I think resilience is built in the fire.
In the fire.
Yeah. As a person who speaks on resilience, would you say like that too? Because I mean, obviously you're drawing from your experiences, and you know what people are going through hard seasons in their lives, ne? But just reading your book encourages me, and will encourage a lot of people once they get to read it and understand that the stretching is necessary.
Yeah, it is. Unfortunately.
Yes.
Unfortunately, you know, when they're building a diamond, it also has to go through that fire. So it just doesn't happen. You know, I was reading something, it says that if people knew how hard it was to build my mastery, it wouldn't be wonderful anyway.
Sure.
Because they don't know the process.
That's good.
Sometimes we need to allow the process to make us. You know, for me, our theme for our church this year is jump into the river.
Yes.
Go where the river is taking you.
Yeah.
So I feel like in life, sometimes all the circumstances will be against you, but just go with the flow.
Yeah.
Allow the process to prune you, to make you the person that God has called you to be. And sometimes we're scared of the process. We're like, I wish, like, even for our kids, we're like, oh, I wish they cannot go through that. You know, we want them to have the best, perfect journey. But sometimes we have to teach them that no is also an answer.
Yeah.
Sometimes even when you have the money, but you know what's not good for them, you're just going to say, no, not this time, my boy. Next time, mommy will do it for you. So that they know that life is not always like
going to suit whatever it is that they want at that time.
Exactly.
Yeah, that is important.
Not that we're being hard parents or hard people, but just so that they know that there are boundaries in life.
Yes.
You know, you can do this and you cannot do that.
Yeah.
And sometimes people choose otherwise, and you have to consider other people.
Exactly. It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah, but it makes you who you are, right?
Exactly.
So would you say, resilience is something you're born with? Or is resilience something you learn?
I think it's something you learn as you grow. It's not like entrepreneurship, because some people are born entrepreneurs and then they develop themselves.
Yes.
But resilience is something you learn. But you have to fight, because you can be from the same family, and then another one can be a superstar, and then another one because of circumstances. You see, I believe that resilience is not allowing circumstances to put you under.
Yes.
Is to say,
fight, to not
stay under.
Yes.
You say, okay, this is happening, it has happened, and it's not favoring me, but I'm gonna fight until I win, because I believe that there's something inside so strong.
Hey girl, I know that
I can make it. That's resilience.
I like that. Yes.
That is resilience. I remember when we used to work in corporates, we used to, like, when we had events, we would sing and stuff, and that song was always my favorite. I'll mobilize the factory people and say, let's sing the song.
So we're singing it at the book launch?
We should.
We should.
We should. Yeah.
No, we're doing it.
Yeah, we should. We should.
It's done.
The MC knows and advocate it, and
I like that because I think we are in a South Africa that is in really, really trying times.
It is
at the moment.
Yeah,
we have, I think, the highest unemployment rate in the youth that we've ever experienced. We are dealing with a lot of things. Yeah, but it's a very volatile in our country at the moment. Yeah. And in a volatile sort of environment, you will always have the cracks.
Yes.
And it will show in the people that are in that environment, you know. Yeah. So they will find where they can place their anger.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes, I know.
So right now, their anger is directed at foreign nationals, which obviously there are those bad things that happen where you have undocumented people being in crime and all these things. And you can't run away from that. But I'm just looking at our youth.
Yeah. Yes.
And I'm looking at the fact that they've been through hard times. Some of them, graduates, are not even applying for imsebenzi anymore
because they're tired. Because they've been trying over and over. Like sometimes I get CVs and my heart really breaks.
Yeah.
If it was for me, Khanya, I would be hiring more than I've hired already.
Yeah.
Because you want to open doors, you want to give hope, you want to encourage people to say this is not the end.
Yes.
But then other people will then ask, then what is it? Because I've been at home for 6 years since I finished my degree.
Sure.
No one wants to give me a chance, So that's why we are actually part of those initiatives, communicating with the SETAs, placing graduates,
working with NYDA,
even the events that we host at Women in Business. We're just trying to encourage business owners to use the interns that are offered by the SETAs and give them that experience and just be that person in the middle and say, let's try and make this work, because we want a better South Africa.
Exactly.
We want our graduates to actually experience how they can actually grow on their way so that they can become better.
You want them to learn how to pivot. You want them to learn to say, yes, I went to university, and yes, I did study hard, and yes, it was tough.
Yeah.
And yes, I got my degree at the end because I thought that this is what I needed, because blue and lemfundo.
Exactly.
So now I've got lemfundo, I've got it in my hand. I've fought hard to get this qualification, but now nobody is employing me.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that is something that then you use your resilience to look and see where can I place my gaze?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where is it? The bridge is now broken that I was using to cross the river. Where can I place my gaze? So my question for you is, as somebody who has experienced rejection, and as somebody who has experienced hard times, and you were able to get up, and that almost built your resilience, what would you say to the youth that are looking? But when you've got platforms that you've created, and I think that's part of your resilience journey, because you went into rooms, you've rubbed shoulders, you understood that resilience is not just something that is going to birth the things that you want.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. A wise man once said, his name was Mandoza. That's why. So I want to know from you is that resilience is important. It is like your core. You're building your core.
Yes.
But what are some of the other things that you other rooms that you need to go into so that you are helping your resilience?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bon?
Khanya, in explaining resilience, I would also say resilience is self-belief that God will make a way for you. God will make a way for you. God has a purpose for you, because that's what makes people even end up committing suicide.
Sure.
They think there's no tomorrow.
Yeah.
But no matter how cold it may be today, no matter how bad it can feel, just remember that there's a reason why.
Yeah.
Don't take falling today as personal, as if God has got something against you. No, He doesn't. So, and another important thing that I feel like it's really a cheat code.
Yeah.
Mentorship.
Sure.
Find someone that knows what they're doing and ask them to help you navigate your way. Because it's not all of us who know that if you want to move from here to there, then you need, when a 16-year-old Nompilo found a colleague in high school.
Yes, I was actually going to ask about that,
Exactly. I was like, I want to be, she was not even a CA back then. Sure. I was like, you're studying towards what I want to be.
Yes.
And I don't know where to start.
Yes.
So let's ask those questions. Other people, at some point when I was in corporate, Khanya, I met someone that was a powerful speaker. She was, it was a Woman in Business event, and she spoke so well.
In corporate?
when I was in corporate. So I went and asked her, I was like, oh, you spoke so well. You know, when you're speaking, I was having goosebumps on podcast. Once in J, I'm not about to mentor anyone because I was asking her to be my mentor. She's like, I'm so sorry, girl. I'm not going to mentor you. I'm not all about mentorship. I'm all about myself. Yes. On my face, she was like, I'm just a self-made woman and this is what I'm doing and it's bringing me money, so I'm not going to offer you anything. And I was like, okay, I'm telling you.
And you just walked away from that?
I just walked away. But then it didn't stop me. When I meet another person, I then ask them.
That is that's emotional intelligence for me, to not have somebody, because now another person, and I find this with a lot of people, is that when you've been rejected like that, then you're going to be scared to go and ask somebody else to be your mentor.
Exactly.
But you didn't let that stop you.
Yes, it's not everyone that's going to say yes or welcome you the way you want to be welcomed. And then when you find that mentor, try and also learn from that mentor and also try to give back in some way.
Add value to them.
Because people, it's just the little things, you know. Like I've got a marketing intern now. Yesterday I had to submit another application with another funding place. And she stayed with me until 5 p.m.
Sure.
And I was like, as I was driving her home, I was like, you know, with that type of attitude that you have, you'll go far in life.
Yes.
Because it's just that extra thing. I'm not saying my staff must stay until 5 p.m. but she did,
But also, she's just coming in.
She's an
intern.
She's an intern.
Yeah.
But that's what interns should do.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
As the youngster in the team, you know what I mean? It was good for her to
really
do that.
Good.
Know your lane.
Exactly.
Stay in your lane.
Yes.
And understand that you're not just going to come into a company all of a sudden just because Nompilo is accommodating.
Yes.
And now all of a sudden you're not when and you are the same level. You know what I mean? So there's so many things to learn.
There's so many things to learn. And you have to be considerate. And we also have to have gratitude for what God has placed us. Like, I'm so grateful that I actually get to work with you. You know, the fact that I met you and it's been 2 years now and it's been amazing. So I'm grateful for what God has really taken me from, because you moved me from home to office space.
Yes.
Office space allows me to have people that I hire.
Yeah.
It allows me to grow, to be able to meet clients at a cheaper cost than I would when I was still at home.
Collaboration.
I actually wrote about that as well in my book.
It's very important.
It's very important because in business, you cannot win alone.
No.
You need people that you're going to partner with that are going to make you win. Like at the book launch, we've got the executive from Nompilo Media. He's going to be speaking on collaboration because he's been collaborating with us as women in business.
And that relationship has really worked so well.
It has worked so well.
Because both parties are open and both parties are willing.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And it makes this relationship and this collaboration successful. So I think that's also another thing. I mean, there's a lot, you know, people think you're gonna come into this world or into this life and not connect with people and not understand that it is important. We are God people.
We are God people, and God has called us for a reason and for a season. And it's so amazing. Like, I've been meditating on Philippians 1 verse 6. It says that the good work that I started in you,
I will see it to completion.
Because sometimes we worry and think it is actually the people that are actually going to finish the good work that God has started.
Sure.
But the fact that He started it, He's able to complete it.
And it is God who will complete it.
Him alone.
Yeah, ne?
But you just need to partner with the right people. He will direct you even to the right people.
Yeah.
So He's so faithful. So you know, whatever I go through these days, I just think of that this good work that I started in you, I'll complete it because I'm God. I will make it happen for you. You know, sometimes you don't even have answers, but that prayer changes everything. That belief in God, that trust in God, it changes everything because God started it. He will complete it. So we should not give up, no matter who says what. Because sometimes we're discouraged by the people that we spend time with and they don't see value in us. But I'm just reminding us that God is going to complete the good work that He has started. And it doesn't depend on people. It depends on God.
And God alone.
God alone. He's able to direct us. He's able to put us where we need to be. And He's able to make us those vessels. If we allow Him to be, to do what He needs to do with us. Yeah.
But I think that requires a particular posture.
Yeah.
So what kind of posture, if somebody is saying, ngiyakholwa, and I am struggling to have my faith and my relationship with God help me live a better life?
The posture is surrender.
Oh, girl.
It's like, I surrender.
Yes.
Wanting to know Him more, wanting Him to speak more, like telling Him that at a certain limit, but He's able to take care of the whole thing.
I like that.
Because really, if we think we know everything by ourselves, then I don't think we will win properly. You know, winning is actually limited. But if we surrender to God completely, He's able to direct us. He's able to align us with the people of uhambo lwethu, people of our journey.
Yes.
Our purpose partners.
Yes. I love that.
It's God who will align us. So the posture is surrender.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think, Yabona Njabadusho, you were meditating on Philippians 1:6, and you're talking about the fact that you're spending time and in understanding. So I think that if you find yourself at a loss as a child of God, as a kingdom woman, and you're thinking, Uguti, you can't take this resilience, because you know, abantu abafana.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And other people, their shortcomings and they battles, they don't make them more resilient.
Exactly. Yeah. Hey.
They make them very wounded people that often look at life very negatively. Yeah. And it's like, woe is me.
Yeah.
You know. And it almost instead of running to God, they run in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so inga kongithi mina, you write freely and you write with so much truth, but that's because you are who you are. It's not everybody who is able to draw strength from their shortcomings.
Yeah.
From their rejection. You know, I was listening to you talking the other day at the masterclass at Richmond, and you were talking about the rejections, which you had spoken about on your TED talk.
Yes.
And you just, and I was rejected, and I was rejected, and I was rejected. And Tina, we laugh at our rejections, you know what I mean? Because we're like, another one bites the dust kind of thing.
Exactly.
But other people, it's so...
And that was rejected.
And lower verse, another rejection.
Another one.
But I love that. I love that you show that side.
You know, when I was preparing for that, my cousin Olode, the one in Sentin, so I was asking her to help me with the slides. So she's like, okay, Kaz, I'm ready. Send me your rejections. I'm like, rejections? Me? She's like, but you read me your scripts and it had rejections and you were just like fooling me.
You're like, send them. She's like, send them.
She's like, send them. I'm like, I cannot think of any. It's just the type of person that I am. I choose to forget.
Yes.
But when I remember, I'm like, why did this happen on this time?
Yes.
Oh, it felt so bad.
Yes.
It felt so bad. Oh, but I forgive them. I forgive myself.
And you actually forgot about it.
I forgot about it.
Truth, it's true forgiveness.
It's really true.
Yes.
That's what my husband doesn't like, because when I forgive someone, then I love them again like they've never hated me.
My husband,
how come you're friends with this person?
I'm
Exactly.
like, hi, Mama, you really get the child, you know?
My husband once told me that when people have wronged you, like these people have, you must label them snake and then never ever do them again. But it's like, I know.
And
with
I can't
you,
shame. I'm not gonna lie. I really don't know how to do it. 14 just women, it's fine. Let us continue being the way that we are. Let us just continue being the way. Because I know what I'm not gonna get. You know, the word of God says, "Be gentle as doves, be wise as serpents, but be gentle as doves." I do apply that.
Yeah.
I do apply that. Yeah. And now I always tell you.
Yeah, I know.
I always say,
watch.
Watching exactly. Because we must always trade with caution.
Yeah.
But I think the one thing that I realize now as we're talking, that the only thing that has made you draw strength from your resilience, from your struggles and your rejections and the battles that you experience, and let it get to a point where you use it as a tool, like resilience, that you are able to use for your life, is because of your relationship with God.
Oh, thank you. I never actually thought of it like that.
Yes.
But it's so refreshing.
Exactly. Like it's because of your relationship with God. And we have to understand the fact that when you are able to have a relationship with God, you know, he who dwells in the secret place,
of the Most High, Shalabai, under the shadow of the Almighty. I'm telling you.
Exactly. Because the thing is, it's like
exactly.
But the fact of the matter is, as long as God is still my God,
exactly,
I will move forward, because I'm having our mama.
And as long as he's still on the throne,
yes,
there's still an opportunity.
Yes.
Yoguti apinda sebenze.
Yes. Exactly. My God.
Yeah. Because it's tembe in everything we go through, no matter how painful it is, no matter how
So basically you're saying ukuthi, in order for lento le mothatha lento
Jesus is one person I can recommend.
Right?
Since I was 13, since I gave my life, he's never let me down.
Yes.
So
and I think that's why you were able.
Yeah. But I think, as you mentioned earlier, discernment is very important.
Sure. I like that.
And for me, that's still my prayer item. Like, Lord, may help me to discern. Because other people can laugh with you and give you a five, but they're actually not for you.
Yes.
And when you find out, then it breaks your heart. It does. Oh, I thought this person was on my side, you know?
And sometimes they're not in... T.D. Jakes said it. He said, there's a season for people in our lives. And when they want to go, let them go.
Don't hold them.
Let them go. Because Ukshala no mundo. Pastor Thomas, he said at a masterclass it will get spoiled. It will spoil like lento yene. If it's not operating outside of the pointed time.
No,
you have carried it into isikhathi engafanele ngabe usuyise khona and not understand ukuthi yayibona njengoba isinjena sekumele siqashule.
Definitely.
Yayibona leyo
it's time to end is now. So if you want to prolong it, then it ends up spoiling. Then it's like it's stale.
Exactly. So would you say ukuthi in business wisdom?
Yes.
Because I actually wanted to ask you a question. Eti, what are the most common challenges that test business resilience? And the only reason why I'm asking this question is because we know, and I think we spoke about them at the masterclass, but we know that each and every one, Utolan was asking the panel.
Yes.
And we know what each and every one of us have learned.
It tests the food.
Do you know what I mean? So what are the most common accountant manje?
Phala as an accountant, I know.
Because anything it's in the finance.
Yes.
Do you know my mom once said to me, mina ngikhala. Complain.
I love your mom.
Ngikhala ngicomplain ngithi mina futhi angikwazi ukuphuma endlini futhi mina nje ngimele ngihleze ngiclean endlini futhi mina ngikhathele futhi mina I was complaining about a lot of things and I was just complaining of what?
Whoa. Stop right there.
Wathi uyazi ukuthi yini i-common denominator la awunayo imali.
Sure.
You don't have
money.
Awunayo mntanami, awunayo imali sis. Awunayo imali. That was before I had a business. Before I started a business.
Yeah.
Ngize ngifike ebhizinisini phela.
Ngoba
Ngatshela ukuthi anginayo imali. Wathi so mina would suggest ukuthi wenze noma yini ongayenza
ukuze ube nemali.
Find a way,
exactly.
Thola indlela yokuthi uthole imali.
Yeah.
Ngoba yonke lento ocomplaina ngayo na wonke lama struggles okhuluma ngawo azodinga imali.
Yes.
So I think ukuthi a lot of people stresses,
exactly.
a lot of people anxieties, and you say abantu sebane stress disorder, anxiety, and a lot of things that are all centered mainly around money. And you're in the finance space. So what are some of the challenges that businesses have that I would say the challenges that test a business resilience?
So Khanya, when we get money for the business, we struggle to separate ourselves from the business. We think Nompilo is the business now.
Yes.
It's all my money. And then you think you're going to do anyhow with that money.
Yes.
But we must actually be able to draw a line and separate ourselves from the business and treat ourselves as an employee of the business. You can pay yourself as a director and find out from your accountant what is allowable and what is not allowable in terms of your spending. Because we know that certain things you can still do.
Time and again.
So it's just that separation. So then have a bank account for the business and have a bank account for you and do things separately. And as your business grows, then you see that I can do this, I cannot do that. And also compliance at every level. Yes. Compliance is number one.
And that challenges, that tests businesses' resilience.
Yes.
Yeah. Compliance. And governance.
And governance. Don't run away from things. Because as business owners, sometimes all we want to do is, I think you're also a type 7, a visionary, born entrepreneur. You just want to run with what's fast-paced, whatever.
No, we move.
And
I guess I get to a point where I often think it's important for me to not be at work too much with my team too much because I'm
feel like you put pressure.
I feel like I want people to relax. Because if
you're there,
if I'm there, I'm like, if I see something that I don't like, I want us to correct it right there and then. Until we have an opportunity to sit down, at the same time, what's a girl? Let's do it. You know what I mean? And I'll say it in such a way that you'll never notice that I'm correcting that thing. But and if I see it, it bothers me. And if it bothers me, I have to correct it because I don't want to carry it. In my head, and I don't want to have it into compounding. Do you know what I mean?
I feel you.
So I think it's important to
I feel you.
Compliance, governance,
systems in place, or operational excellence. Like make sure that you're on top of your game. Yes, I actually had a meeting about operational excellence with my team yesterday.
Yes, I like that.
And then when I finished, actually,
I'm always
on something. That's why, because I'm always here, so I'm on their back.
But I like that. It's important. It's important. A friend of mine once said, you must stay talking. If you see them bending right, stay talking.
Exactly.
The same way as a business leader. You must stay talking to your team. Because they need to understand. Bagwazi to the point where hey, Uzo.
That's what they say. They call me to order, and then yesterday after my presentation, well prepared, discussed with my coach. We share the same coach.
Yes.
The one who used to be a coach.
Devin, the best coach.
Ever. So I'm like, I had a meeting with Devin and he said we must apply this. And my team was very honest to me. They're like, Says, Nompilo, that's too hard. I was like, no, but guys, it's not hard. And if I say it's not hard, it's not hard. It's not hard.
Trying to convince them, like, come down.
Come down. Just look at it this way. You are already doing this. So if you can only do that, then we're on top of our game. But systems in place. We need to be intentional in our business, how we treat our clients, how we keep them, our clients. Because I always get clients, Khanya, coming from other accountants saying, those accountants didn't care about me. Maybe I was too small for them and stuff like that. And it breaks my heart. Because also I have people in my books that I have not checked in the past 2 months. How are you doing? When can we meet? You know, the bigger the business, then the excellence drops. Like I was actually just thinking with one of my clients who's been with me since I was in corporate. We always had that thing on a monthly basis. Okay, now I'm doing this for you. It's so much. And I actually made him an example that the reason why he stayed with me over the years, even if he didn't know me personally, it was just because when he needed something, he will get it.
Sure.
And I would communicate with him if there was something to be done, if there was AMP to be authorized. So let us be intentional. Try and build that relationship with our clients so that we can have that operational excellence. And we can keep them coming back, and they can also refer us to other people. So it's a small things, you know. And me, I came with all the energy. I'm like, oh, my team is going to love this. And they were like, it's a lot of work. And just...
But you're like, no,
I'm like, it's doable. I've even made structures. So whenever a client joins, we're going to send this letter, and then we need to do this checklist.
I mean, I think it's doable as you're talking to me.
Me and you are almost the same type.
But I also think, Oguti, that's the thing, I guess, is to have the right team.
Exactly.
You know, and also not to give up on your team.
Exactly. To keep talking, because maybe they won't hear you the first time. Maybe they'll only hear you the 7th time.
Yes, you can't give up, la.
Exactly. Maybe now I'm actually there. Because Khanya, last year I went through the recruiting, so I believe that the team I have now is the right team. But I just need to really try and infuse the culture of what I want to see. Because for me, as a visionary, really, I'm seeing everything as it's possible. But for them, they really need to see it, and for them to break it down in their minds, to see it through, you know. Because I'm looking at this view and they here. And they probably trying to...
And it's hard for them to see it from your point
of view. Exactly. My point of view, it's like... it's like, we can do this. Let's do this. Let's do this now. Let's do this like this. And but there are other questions that they ask me afterwards that I realize, this is me. This is my view. And this is their view.
Exactly.
And it's actually good to have a team, because when... they don't see eye to eye with you, you can actually get help from them as well in terms of how they look at things, how they view it, and then
it helps build a more formidable kind of structure of the system that you're trying to implement. So what do you do as a person who talks very passionately about business resilience when things don't go your way? Because Pela, we understand things are not always going to go our way in this business journey. So what do you do when things don't go as planned?
I'll go back to the drawing board and find another strategy to actually see what made the other way not work, what can work now going forward. Because forward we have to go. We cannot stay where we are. We have to move forward. No, backward, never, ever. Forward we are going.
So would you say that you're good at introspecting?
Yes, I
You're good at and yourself.
I do a lot of that. So I wake up at 5 a.m.
Actually, you're doing it.
I do. At 5 a.m. I write myself notes. I'm like, okay, I'm going to present this to my team like this. I'm going to do this like this. I need to contact this person so that I can help them with this. I need to send this proposal to this person. I need to invite this person to go to this event with. Oh, I haven't invited this person on my for my book launch. Oh my goodness, you know, that time for me is walking with God and saying, God, where do you want me to roll? What do you want me to do? Because it's 3 kilometers, so it takes me like 30 minutes. It's a walk every morning. A prayer walk, yeah. So that time is actually good for me to introspect and see, did I offend anyone? And how can I make it better?
How can you show up differently?
How can I show up as a better mom to my kids? How can I be a better support to my husband? You know, how can I be a better friend to Khanya and my other friends? You know. And some things you end up asking yourself, is this worth doing or not worth doing? Is this person still, you know, supposed to be where they are? Am I pushing too hard, or is it me who pulled back? It's just, it's those necessary conversations. Because as a type 7, I've learned that sometimes it's really like, let's go. But I need the time to just ground myself and say, is this okay? What is it? Why am I doing this? What do I want to achieve? You know, and so if after seeing everything, if it works out nicely. But if it doesn't work out, then I ask myself, what can make it work better? And then ask for wisdom from God, because in His Word He says that if you need wisdom, you must ask it from me. I'll give it to you without finding fault. So we know that we've got a place where we can ask for wisdom and direction.
And one thing about you is that you also have a lot of community. So you always find community. You have a Women in Business, which is a community of women that are in business. You have your church, which is a community of kingdom-minded people, families. You have your sisterhood. Us, we pray together. We conversate. We have conversations. We conversate about things that are challenging us. You have your family. You have your husband as well as your siblings. You have your home cell. So you have a lot of community. So it helps you.
And I don't know how people do life without community, because community is so critical for someone to be successful and actually get to do what God has called them to do. Because community helps if you're not able to do certain things. Like if Tulani is in Joburg and I'm in Durban, I know that Emihle will be available to pick up my kids from school. That's like a big win for me, to have people that I can trust around me that can help me to reach the goal.
Because you can't reach it on your own.
You can't reach it on your own, So we must really appreciate the communities around us and embrace them and just be thankful that they're there, because they make life so much easier. Because doing life alone is not nice.
No, it's not. And I see that for your book launch and in your book, you have a lot of people that are your community. And at your book launch, you have some people that you have invited that are going to be speaking. Talk us a little bit through those people.
I am so excited. When I look at the program, I'm like, I know it's going to be a lovely day.
Lovely day.
Lovely day. Lovely day. Lovely day. I know. Is this a talk podcast or a music karaoke? Yes, I'm so excited that the program is done now. It's finalized. So my husband is going to be actually doing the purpose of the day. Because really, as a man of the house, he must know what the purpose is. And I like how we work with him, because at his book launches, I'm normally the MC. So Naomi, I was like, let me get him to do something at my book launch. I initially wanted him to interview me, but he was like, it's going to be so awkward because I've been reading this book back and forth. I'm not going to be asking you relevant questions. Rather get someone who's going to be really curious and ask the questions.
I like that.
Because for me, when you go, you come to me.
Exactly. So he has a more deeper understanding of when you were writing this chapter. What was really happening?
And some of the chapters he said to me, is this chapter necessary? So initially my book had like 20 chapters. But now it has only 14 chapters. Because I really had to ask those questions to myself. He was like a sounding board when I was writing the book. So you wanted to hit
the mark. You wanted whoever's going to read the book to get the best of the book.
You know what he said? And I felt it when he said it. He's like, do you know when you're on stage and you're given like one of the biggest platforms and you miss certain things and don't say them?
Hey, that's horrible. You know, it replays a kind of lack for weeks. Yes.
For months.
Yes.
He's like, even with the book, if you don't do it right, it will always like hurt you. Yeah. So you'd rather make sure that you do it right.
I like that.
And I was like, yo, that is so powerful.
Yeah.
I don't know if I told him, but if you're watching, you know. When you said it was painful, but now it really I appreciate to have someone who's got the wisdom and who can ground me and calm me down when I get too excited, because I love being excited about
you're
things.
Passionate.
I'm passionate.
Yeah, I think the excitement comes from your passion for the things that, you know, ozenzayo. So sometimes we get excited. Now I have to calm myself. I know what's happening to my jealous. I will get calm.
You are more calm.
I'm more calm.
Yes,
I'm more calm now. Playing him dialogue now.
Oh, when I reach your age, then I'll be more calm. You know? Which is just a couple of years.
Yeah, which is just a couple of years. But you know what? Like, Joba says Vala. I would like to keep this conversation going, and please, after the book launch, we have to do this again because I want you to give insight from feedback from people that have read the book that will come up to you and be like,
and Melba is also the book line up on the program. Praise from Nompilo Media is going to be there.
You have all your people.
Partners. And then there's a lady coming from all the way from Eastern Cape. She invited me on her live 2 weeks ago.
Yes. Oh, did she? That's nice.
I was a guest on her live, and I was speaking about networking. So I was like,
because she's very passionate about networking.
She's so passionate about networking.
And
she came all the way from Eastern Cape to attend our Hillcrest event at Women in Business.
Yes, I remember.
I was like, she's told us she left at 4 a.m. So her name is Qaqamba. She's also going to be getting a slot on speaking about networking. Yeah. Shari, my mentor from another program and through Women in Business as well, she's also going to be there speaking about mentorship, because mentorship is very, very important.
Yes, it's a cheat code. I like when you said that.
It's a cheat code. It's a cheat code. If you want to know better, get someone who knows better.
There's a saying, why do you ask?
Because they know.
Exactly.
They've experienced it. They know better. And therefore, you save years of trying to learn something yourself, and then you ask the people that already know it very well. So Shari is going to be there. Dr. Ntombela, I believe, will also be there to speak on behalf of library. I'm sure he will say, I'm glad you finally got it, guys. That I said
hi, and futhi phela ingane ilalelayo.
Exactly.
Kanti wayetshela iSlim. usekhulumela uBantombela
sesothini
Nkosi yami
sofika ezulwini sesivinjeliwe kuthiwa nani kwi-opportunity ukuthi nibhale iy'ncwadi nangayibhala. So it's just obedience, really.
It is obedience.
So and I hope people really learn from my story that they can also make whatever God has called them to do.
Yes.
Because I took the leap of faith with the conviction that God was going to make something happen, you know, and He has. I've seen Him in the past 3 years getting all those awards. But I'm glad when I share my story, it's not just awards.
Yes.
It's also rejection. That, you know, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And sometimes the glory of life lies not in never falling, but in rising up every time you're fallen. So I've fallen a couple of times, but I picked myself up and I went back. And
I think that's a lesson for all the ladies who are building businesses, that are aspiring business owners, that are looking to take that side hustle and turn it into a business. You know what I mean? It's important to understand, Wuti, you're not going to be the jack of all trades. You do need a community. You do need your professionals like your accountants and your lawyers and your doctors when you're sicky.
Exactly.
Because you're going to get sicky, you know, and all of those things. So it's important. And I love that. I just think I always encourage anybody who wants to know, how do I do this? I say, read. Go online, find information, read that information. Manje sengizothi read the book. Read the book, buy the book, support a kingdom sister, a kingdom woman, a business owner, a mom, a wife, you know, a woman who's on fire for God, for real. And I think he is a memfundisi in the making.
I did not see that one coming.
in the making. You do a lot, you know, in the kingdom, you know, and one day now you'll look back and be like, Lord, owathi angwenze dase, my God, you know, and he will say good and faithful.
And that's what we're working for.
That's what we're working for. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
And please join us again so that you can tell us about how the book has been received. And hopefully, I'm probably going to do, just before you join us again, I'll ask people if they've read the book, they must ask questions. And we can have, and I can read the questions. You know what I mean? So you are the friend. That. Are you the friend of the podcast?
I am the friend of the podcast. So I am coming back.
Thank you so much. Thank you
for having me.
We'll see you next week. And I'm really looking forward to it because today was just awesome. My heart is full. Thank you.
My heart is full too.
Goodbye.